Hi everyone, and welcome to the Book Refuge, and today we're going to go over my November TBR, which I'm extremely excited for because there are count them, three sequel releases happening this month, and two of them are the end to series, and one of them is a sequel to one that I think is going to be a trilogy. She hasn't really said if this is only a duology or if it's a trilogy, so I'm not sure, but let's dive in. As usual, remember a couple months back when I screwed my TBR and just picked books I wanted to pick? I miss those days. I miss those days a lot. But all right, let's not waste any time. Let us dive in to this thick TBR I have, starting with my viewer's pick for this month. So I'm kind of excited because I'm finally going to read one of the Twisted Tales by Disney. You guys voted for Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. This is the retelling of Sleeping Beauty, and the twist for this one is, what if Sleeping Beauty never woke up? So she stays cursed, and we'll see what happened. I'm a little sad because they never released a hardcover in the new pattern, but this one is beautiful. So I have both this one and A Whole New World in this. And this is actually the second one, but they're not in order. It's just that it's funny that this is the first one that finally got voted in, even though pretty much every month I've had one of these in here. But this is the month. We're gonna read it. I haven't seen super great buzz for any of these. Even though you see them kind of all over Booktube whenever a new one of these comes out, Disney's always sponsoring videos for them, but I never actually see people read them and say anything about it, and I just consider that kind of like a moot point because whatever. I bought them because they're beautiful, not for what's inside. So hopefully it's at least a decent story. So we're gonna do this one. As with the last couple months, you can actually buddy read this with me if you'll check out my Discord down below. If you join my Discord, there is an app for this. You can either join it on your phone or and download the app, or you can use your laptop. I do it on both. When I'm at work, I will be chatting with people all day because I have a job where I can kind of divide my focus and it's not a big deal. So I'm available kind of all the time, and we will start this buddy read. I will have the schedule up, how many chapters we're reading a day, but really you can read it at your own pace and then just check in and talk about it. So this is what we're going to be reading together this month. Next, I just want to put this book up here quick. I had this on my TBR from last month, but I only just started it, so I know I'm still going to be reading it. And that's going to be Lord of Chaos by Robert Jordan. This is like one of the biggest ones. So that's why it's going to take me a while. But I just started listening to it on audio. The audio for these is amazing, and it just helps me work away on it, and then when I have time, I'll read this, but I usually keep this as my audio. So that will be the next one. Next, I'm continuing my Outlander read along, which the first video for Outlander will be out next Saturday, I believe. If you are reading those along with me or you're wanting reviews for them, I'm going to be doing a review of the book and then a review of that season of the TV show. I already have the ones for Outlander and Dragonfly and Amber recorded. I'm just going to stagger when they come out. And those are a bonus video that comes out on Saturdays. But in November, I'll be reading Voyager, which is the third book in the series, and I'm really excited. I've been annotating these ones and having a great time, and I'm really excited to do Voyager, which is actually the book I've read the most in the series, the third and the fourth one, but this time I'm annotating these big copies, the big floppy paperbacks, because they stay open, and I'm really excited. As you can tell, I have some big books on this. So Voyager will be happening in November. Next, let's go through the other ones I have. This is also a buddy read. This is the buddy read I'm doing with Murphy's Patreons and herself, and this is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. So this one is about someone named Sancia Gardo, and she's a thief, and there's something magical that she's supposed to steal, and it's a special kind of technology. And honestly, I don't know a lot about it, but my friend Joe also wanted to read it, as well as Murphy had it as one of her beautiful covers, and this one got picked to read, so I just picked this up. I like sometimes when one of my books I know nothing about, and this is actually the only, like, I don't know if this is a series or if it's a standalone, but either way, it's one of the only ones that I know absolutely nothing about, whereas literally every other book in here is a sequel of some kind. So, you know. So we're gonna do that. And then next I have the 2 romances I'm reading. First up is On the Way to the Wedding by Julia Quinn. Here's a pretty insert. This is the final book in the original Bridgerton series. There's a prequel series to this as well. This is about Gregory Bridgerton and how he finds love. And there's this really cute thing. Let's see if I can find it. That's adorable. I'll read it really quick because it's so cute. So this is kind of a blurb. It says, in which, firstly, Gregory Bridgerton falls in love with the wrong woman, and secondly, she falls in love with someone else. But thirdly, Lucy Abernathy decides to meddle. However, fourthly, she falls in love with Gregory, which is highly inconvenient because, fifthly, she is practically engaged to Lord Hasselby. But sixthly, Gregory falls in love with Lucy, which leaves everyone in a bit of a pickle. Watch them all find their happy endings in the conclusion to the Bridgerton series. It's so cute. This was actually the first one I read because I read this back in like 10th grade and I didn't realize that it was the 8th book in the series because I'm a fool and I've read it, but I've had this copy since I was in 10th grade and I love it. So I love this one and I'm really excited for my reread. I can't imagine my rating will change from 5 stars, but I've had such a fun time with this reread. I can't wait. Someone's driving by. Sorry. And then I put on my list the next Tessa Dare. This is Say Yes to the Marquess, and this is the second in the Castles Ever After. The first one was Romancing the Duke, which I loved that one. And so this one is about Pierce Brandon and Cleo Whitmore. And that's all I need to know because it's Tessa Dare and I'm going to read it. And this one has a nice little smut cover too. Ooh. So let's go. All right. So that's for all the ones that I own. And here are the 3 that come out. They all come out on November 5th. And I'll be buying them when they come out, and I hope to get through them. The first, which I will most likely listen to on audio, is Supernova by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd and final book in the arch villains, like, superhero series she's doing. The first one was Renegades. Sorry, totally forgot. This is the conclusion to the series of Nova and Adrian, and this is her superhero story, and I love it because there aren't a lot of authors in YA who are writing superhero stories because they don't usually do that well. But I love it, and I cannot wait, and I love listening to her books. I've listened to all of her books on audio because they're so good, so I'm really excited. Next will be The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This is the 3rd and final book in the Arc of the Size trilogy. Find out what happened after that crazy cliffhanger at the end of Thunderhead. Ooh, I am so excited for this one. The cover is so beautiful. Just look at it. Just look at it. It's so beautiful. And then finally, this is a little less known one. This is Cold Falling White by G.S. Pendergast. Sorry. It's hard to say her name. Her name is Gabrielle. I follow her on Twitter and I love it. This is a sequel to Zero Repeat Forever, which recently got like a different cover, which I hope helps it out because this one was so good. This one, it's a not post-apocalyptic, like the apocalypse is happening and these aliens are taking over Earth. And one of them, his name is Number 8. And him and this girl end up interacting with each other, and he kind of like has a thing for her, so he like kidnaps her, and he's supposed to kill her, but he doesn't because he's having feelings and he's not supposed to have feeling and all these things, whatever. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun story. and I read it last year, and for the longest time she didn't even have a release date out for this one, because I read it last year, but it was actually like 2 or 3 years old, and it took a long time for the sequel. But I can't wait for it. It's gonna be awesome. So those are the like 9 books on my TBR. We'll see how your girl does, but I'm really excited for all of these. Like, I have great joy for all of them. So again, if you want to do the buddy read with me, make sure you check out my Discord. We are reading the Once Upon a Dream. I hope that it's really fun. I've loved doing these buddy reads with you guys. We've done Peter Pan and Snow Like Ashes so far, and it was really fun to do both of them. So yeah, these are the books I am going to attempt to take down in November. And I put up new videos every Monday and Thursday, and you can watch some more of them right now.